let's talk about seasonal rotations. Kyle, would you do me the honor?
Oh boy, do we have rotations. First up, the research breakthrough, because that's what we always like, right?
You're tuned into the GOCast podcast, your one-stop shop for updates, news, tips, and community in the world of Pokemon Go. Thank you for listening.
It's time for a new season. Let's find out just how delightful the coming days are going to be.
June's Community Day is going to be lit. Who could ask for Jangmo-ore?
Grab your sword and shield as we prepare for the debut of Crowned Zacian and Zamazenta.
This season's GBL update is bringing the Battle Tower back in style.
The Go Pass is here for everyone. You won't want to pass this up.
And more on this episode of GOCast. Hello and welcome to the GOCast podcast, episode 326. It's May 31st. It's a Saturday afternoon, early evening, I suppose. It's 6:26 p.m., whatever that might be or qualify as. I'm your host, Chris, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Kyle.
Hiya.
Hey, Kyle, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Doing good?
Yeah.
I'd wager to bet you're not doing as well as our three other participants and co-hosts on this megapod for the season. We are also joined by DeFi 250. Hello.
Hello. Good to be back.
Great to have you. We've also got Fish on a Heater.
G'day. Glad to still be here, just sitting here, having not come back from travel.
That's right. Oh, we're going to have to get to that later, DeFi. You're going to have to tell us all about it. And then back from the dead, as it were, it is Lachlan.
Oh, hello. Surprise.
Oh, hello.
You were expecting someone else?
Didn't see you there.
I wasn't expecting anybody else other than you. What I was expecting was us, like we have the past 3 times we tried to do this, had less luck getting all of us together. This is a rare sight indeed. Although I think this probably means it's more editing for me, but I'll happily do because I'm very thrilled to have all 5 of us here. It's wonderful. Okay, not to dawdle too long. We do have some goals that Kyle and I set from last week that we'll knock out really, really quick, and then we'll talk about our seasonal goals from the last Megapod and how we did or didn't do in some cases, like me, from last time. So, Kyle, real quick like a low punny. You set the goals of 500 Machop XL candy.
I did. I got that.
Oh, okay, good. I was like, could you elaborate? Great. 500,000 experience.
I did. I got like 800,000.
Wow, 800,000. Like great. And special research progress. So vague.
I did. I finished one. I don't remember which one it is, but my list is one shorter now. And
Doesn't matter.
I'm not going to scroll to the bottom. That list is way too long now.
No, you didn't set a goal of remembering it. You just had to do it. So if you've done it, that's great. That's awesome. Awesome. 3 out of 3 for you. I am upset already. 50 eggs. I think I was at 47, so that's a no-go for me. 20 shiny Machop. I got 23. I didn't want them. I didn't want them at all. Why? Gigantamax Machamp. Yeah, I got like 6 of them. Being able to remote into those things has been a game changer for me. And I think for most people, that was probably a great change. And then 1 shiny otherwise, I did not. No, so not a great turn of events for your boy Chris. That's literally just 2 out of 4. 2 out of 4. Terrible. Wow. Absolutely terrible.
I did also wind up getting 22 Machop, which I wasn't expecting for how I did not play that hard.
Yeah.
But I did also manage to get a Gigantamax Machamp. Didn't set a goal, but it did happen.
Was it remoted?
Yeah, I did like 3 or 4 the morning of. So yeah.
Okay.
Like Sunday morning. So yeah. It worked great. But like 3 of the 4 had 40 people in it, so I can't really say how the experience might be otherwise.
1 or 2 of the ones I remoted into were like 22 people, 24 people, something like that. And you can feel the difference from 40 to 24.
I had the one that I did with 20 had someone used a max mushroom, so I was like,
yeah,
okay, well, I don't know what this experience is properly like.
Yeah. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this once. And by once, I mean probably every episode for the rest of my life moving forward. If somebody, I, bring a Blissey into a group of 4 for a Gigantamax battle, and you, one of the 3 other people, have a Charizard, that is an invitation for you to not have to hit shield ever. Why are you wasting all 3 of your turns hitting shield when you have a Blissey that's right there and it's all it's good for? So please, please, if that was you, repent. We're all going to learn. We're going to hold hands. We're going to drag everybody over the finish line. It'll be great. Okay. Speaking of dragging over the finish line, oy vey, let's talk about our seasonal goals from last season. I'll get my embarrassment out of the way right quick here. I wanted to actually play GBL. And I did play GBL, but not really in the spirit of the goal. I don't think I got to like rank 7. I don't think I've played like a 40 match.
Games.
I played 43 or something like that.
43.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would actually call that a pass. To be honest,
if you combine our numbers together, Chris, we don't even get to 50. So like you did well.
All right, Fish gave me a pass. I'm gonna say
that's like 2.5 hours of battles
over 3 months.
It's
over 3 months, sure.
Yeah. Shiny Larvesta.
Think about our hourly rates. That's a lot of money he wasted doing GPL.
True. That's very true. I sure did. My next goal was hatch a shiny Larvesta. Guess what? That goal is being commuted to this season again because that didn't happen. Not for lack of trying. I hatched a bunch, but oh boy. Fill up my decks with some missing evolutions. I did like 2. There's like 7 or 8 still that I haven't done. I'll tell you what, I get hung up on some of these like requirements. Like right now, my Bisharp is still my buddy. I'm only at 6 raids out of the 15. This is the 3rd week now, I think, since it's been out. That is so slow going.
I'm at 1.
You're at 1? Yeah.
I don't even remember what the raid was, but
yeah. So I'm going to say no on that one because I didn't really give it the old college try. I sort of hit a wall and did not negotiate past it very well. And then lastly, who set this goal? What numbskull set this goal?
I give you a hard time for it.
You told me at the time. That's right. Power up at least 1 cub food to max at 50. Both of my cub foods were absolute garbage. So no, I didn't. I talked a bit game, but I didn't do it. So 1 out of 4 by the grace of Fish's acceptance alone. So
you're welcome.
Maybe this season will be this season. Okay, Mr. Kyle, your first and foremost goal this is the most Kyle goal of all time.
I don't think I set this one. I think somebody else wrote this and I left it there. So
you still left it. That's
yes,
approval.
No comment.
Play the game. Did you play the game, my friend?
I did play the game.
You beat me there as well, Carl.
Well, I mean, I have shinies from 3 different community days. Does that count?
That counts. that counts. That's technically in triplicate. That's good. Your weekly streak. So it has been 3 months. Your weekly streak.
Yeah, not every single one, but I've done pretty okay with it. So, like I'd say 80% success rate.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's a B. That's great. We'll take that as a win. Okay. Special research progress. Currently have 9 open special research without new season 1. Without the new season 1.
Okay. Yeah, without the new season 1. I have done that. I have 6 open right now, but one of them I'll complete in the next day or 2, and 2 of them are masterwork, which are still going to sit there for God knows how long. I mean, I tell you what, I'm currently stuck on the seasonal one right now, where it has to catch 100 Pokemon while in a party. Oh, no.
And I want to rip my face off every single time I go to that tab.
I'm going to have to take my girlfriend's phone to do that and just drive around. That's
I'm going to do it on GoFest and then never look at that feature again. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. I keep cutting you off, please.
No, that's it. I did what I needed to do. I got more research to do, and that's it. Wow, that was that's 4 out of 4 then, man. Or 3 out of 3. 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4? What? No, it's
which one?
3 out of 3. But I was
okay.
Don't worry about it. You said there was 4, so I only did 3.
Yeah, but there's actually 3.
Yes.
I was told there'd be no math.
These are just numbers. Like, can't hurt you. It's when they're in sequence with symbols. Yes. Okay, DeFi, let's look at your goals.
Sure. Let's look at my goals.
Yes. The first one is complete the GBL timed research with less stress.
I did do that. I am just over 500 wins. I completed the research and it wasn't stressful this time. I wasn't like having to do math to figure out, is this technically possible? Do I have enough time? I'm proud of myself for setting a healthy goal for the second one. Reach expert rank in GBL with legend as a stretch goal. I did hit expert rank. I have gotten very frustratingly to 2964 two times. It hurts my heart, but it's okay. It's okay. I hit expert rank, that's what I wanted to do. I still technically have a couple days that I could hit legend in. Technically, I'm in the 2800s right now. Still technically possible.
Yeah.
I did get 3 new best buddies in Pokemon Go. So I did the +3. I'm at 57 right now. My next one's going to be my perfect Pawniard that I evolved into Bisharp. So it'll be a Queen Gambit. I'm very excited about it. It bothers me that they didn't do like a split evolution on that one. Feels like King and like Queen Gambit would have been kind of cool because there's also a Queen.
Haven't there been instances in history where a woman has been called and considered king just because of the way that the hierarchy's set up?
I don't know. I'm not an expert on.
If there are any British monarchs listening, let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Hit us up, George. Let us know.
Drop us a line. No, I don't want to talk to George. That's good.
I just think like they could have done some interesting things, bringing in like the chess, like how the chess pieces work. They could have maybe done something kind of cool with that.
Yeah.
Anywho, I'm upset about this party challenge one because I only had to do 5. I did 4. I thought I had it because that stupid special research task. So I thought I did it. Like I thought I did the 5 and then I didn't. And I looked today and I'm like, oh, I'm at 99 party challenges.
Oh man.
So let's do one together at GoFest. You catch your 100 Pokemon and I'll complete a challenge and I'll feel better about it.
Just keep me away from any bridges while we're doing it, okay? Like, oh my God.
Don't you like being held hostage, Chris? Waiting to jump into a raid by someone not selecting the party task.
Trying to catch something. It's like, your leader needs to select a new task. Just punch myself in the face.
It is not a good feature. Like, if they could have that, like, off to the side, like, so it doesn't, like, take up the whole screen and, like, pause your gameplay, that would be great.
It'd be sick.
That would be, like, that would make the feature infinitely better. I did pick up streaming a little bit. It doesn't feel like it because I've been gone for 2 weeks. And I invited Chris a couple of times to play Combat Elite with me.
You sure did, didn't you?
I tried. I get a pass on that because I tried.
Well, you didn't say you were going to have me on. You just said the goal was to invite me. And you did do that. So, yep.
Yeah, I showed you that Klefki was in the meta. I was like, you should play Klefki.
My God.
It was awfully tempting.
My heart. I love Klefki.
Oh my gosh. So that's 4 out of 5 for you?
Yeah. 4 out of 5.
Good.
With the one being so close.
Really close. All right, Lachlan, you can just drive yourself through this, man.
All right.
Yeah.
So I've been missing for 6 months. So we're going to flash back to when I set these goals in December. And let's see how we're going.
Okay.
Maintain best buddy progress. I added 9. I was looking to add 10. So you know what? My buddy I have currently is 3 hearts off. If I open the game, tickle feed, and camera it, I'm there. So I'm going to take it, but it's technically not there. It's not there at the time of recording. Level 50 Pokemon. Somehow, I was only wanting to add 7. I added 107. So, Stardust
107?
So did you just you weren't playing very often, and so you're like, I'll scratch the itch by setting my Stardust on fire?
Basically. I've got to power up 10 Tuscarad on max something.
Understood.
I didn't realize it was 107 in 6 months. That's the scary part.
That's, oh my God, that's ridiculous.
Get my silver community member medal. So that's the checking into ambassador-led events. So 20 was silver. I hit 51 last week. Although I will admit, I haven't been attending every event. I have been working close enough to check into them, though. So, but the medal has gone up, and big number go up is all we really care about here. Get my tiny rat medal up to 800. I looked this morning, and I'm at 826. So that's nice.
Nice.
For 862. Nice. Why did I say 26? Anyway, so I've gone up. I'm only 138, no math, away from platinum. And then I never have to touch a Rattata again. And by touch a Rattata, I mean the Go++ did all the work, let's be honest here.
Gotcha.
Maintain my lucky decks.
No, Go++.
She's right.
Never mind. I waited for it. I thought that was very good, but no. Never mind. I think maybe it was
Maintain
timing.
My lucky decks.
The fizzle is the best part of it right now.
So I still need to evolve my lucky Kubfu, which I got yesterday. One of my friends used their trinket on me, sent me a text and said, "Hey, Kubfu." I'm like, yeah, right. It's not as good as my other Kubfu, which was a 98%, but I haven't evolved either of them yet because I just haven't done enough battles. Because between it and Bishop, we can. I haven't got a lucky Strudel or a lucky Nickit yet, so I just need to start trading with people again. Find some time to do that. And completely forgot about King Gambit, so I also need to evolve my lucky Bishop. So thank you for reminding me about that, DeFi. Again, these were goals set when we were just finding out about Red and Blue Basculin Shiny getting released, and I ended up hatching Blue Basculin from a Mateo egg prior to the event. So thanks, Mateo.
Wow.
Okay.
And got Go Plus a red shiny. So before Go Tour, I had both of them. So win-win. Rank 20 in GBL. I think I did one GBL battle that season. So that didn't happen.
Ooh, very nice.
Catch one of each Gmax, DMAX Pokemon released during the season. So if we factor both seasons, I haven't caught Rillaboom yet, but it is still Sunday, and there's a chance to snag one today. But wasn't motivated because none of my friends reached out saying, "Hey, let's go to Rillabooms," because it couldn't be shiny. And you'll have a calm day.
Yeah.
It wasn't enough to go out and spend money on yet. My mate, who's currently at the Japan Go Fest, it's going on this weekend, he got a hundo from just being in Japan luck, I guess, but outside of that, yeah. Steve did try and invite me to one, so shout out to Steve from PKMcast. I saw the invite, but the game didn't load in time.
He didn't invite me. What the heck?
Wow, I can't believe this.
You were probably asleep.
Your invite's in the mail.
Yeah.
Catch Shiny, Regice, Regirock, and Registeel, and I had 3 months to do this. I got none of them, but I did get a purifiable of 2 of them, and I did about 40 of each of them over the 6 months. So I gave it the captain's try,
Yeah.
And I guess I've got another 3 months to try again because they're back. Which we'll get to
or
later.
9 if you miss the next 2 Megapods.
But I did get a Shadow Shiny Horsey from the first Rocket Leader since the change, though. There was some Shadow Shiny like this last couple weeks, but that's about it.
I've seen a screenshot of that Shadow Shiny Horsey. Not yours, somebody else's though, and just all the different colors, the amount of saturation that's in that photo, it's crazy. It looks great. It looks really great.
But yeah, and I'll think about what I'm going to do over the next 12 months later in the show.
Make it 24. Call it a couple of years. Yeah. All right. Nice work. Fish, you're up.
We can find out about my goals together. I'm finding out at the same time you guys are.
Okay, I'll read them off to you.
All right, and go for it.
Okay, 3 Pokemon at Mega Level 3.
And so I'm searching Mega 3. That should do it, right?
That should do it.
Yeah. 9.
Hey!
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
In
Okay.
triplicate.
Very
That's
nice.
going to be the high point. I can tell you that now. Of the goals.
We setting our bar low, man. Okay, Legend in GBL.
This has been one of my worst seasons in a while, and it's come off the back of one of my best seasons that I've ever had. So last season I did make it to Legend, and for one glorious day I was on the Go Battle League leaderboard, which had been a long time goal of mine. So after that, such a great season, I was like, you know what? I'll throw caution to the wind. I'll set that goal this time. I barely managed to scrape into 2,800. You need to get 3,000 to get to Legend, and yeah, I just did not come close. I was only like in the expert range for like a couple of days as well, so not a great season for me GBO wise.
But you did make it on the leaderboard, which is sick.
Last season.
Well, last season. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that was what has Fish done lately?
All right. Did you get your Stop Spun medal to platinum?
Let's find out.
Let's find
out. This is unique Pokestops, so
yes.
No. Stop Spun is just Stop Spun.
He also did one the Sightseer at platinum too. So if you have that one pulled up.
Okay, so Stop Spun and Sightseer were two different goals. That's fantastic because the Stop Spun, that's weird because how much is it to get to platinum? 50,000 for the backpacker. I'm at 94,900. Why would I have set that goal?
That's a really good question.
That's a great question.
Phenomenal question, hey. And then Sightseer, I'm looking at 2,000 for the Sightseer medal. I'm at 7,031.
Big number go up.
What?
Yeah, and I don't.
Did you leave your Go Plus running when you actually left the house this time? Is this what you did?
I mean,
is this what we did differently?
Yes, but I don't think that's worth 5,000 extra unique Pokestops.
No, it is not.
I think it's more likely
leave the
that
house? Go somewhere new.
I can guarantee I left the house at least once in the last 3 months. I'm not sure how these numbers work out. I'm sure that when I set the goals, I wasn't at platinum yet. Maybe there was some sort of change in the way they're calculated, but I'm not sure how you could change whether or not I spun a unique Pokestop or not. Yeah.
Maybe.
And this was like 6 months.
This was a while ago, yeah.
I set these goals.
Okay.
Email last time.
Yeah, when I sent in the email the week after the Megapod, I said that the goals that I'd failed the previous month, I'll carry them over to this month. And so those two were on that.
I figured it out.
Yes.
It's because you had set numeric goals, not medal goals, and I put down platinum, but you did not say that.
Okay.
So this is a patented GOCast Chris blunder.
All Chris's fault.
Yeah, it's all right. It usually is. All right. So for
Chris all along.
It was. For Stop Spun, you wanted to hit 95,000.
Oh, you mother. 94,900.
Ooh.
What if he does it by the end of today's calendar day? Will we count it?
No.
All right, you guys pause recording. I'm going to run out real quick.
Hold on one sec. You got a tight loop in a town that's 40 minutes away. For Sightseer, though, you wanted to hit 7,000.
I did do that. 7,031.
Sick. All right. Okay. There you go. There's your goals.
That was a journey.
Big number went up.
All Chris's fault.
I love administrative errors. That's amazing. Okay.
50% technical pass. I'll take a D-.
That's great. Hey, that's better than mine. That's for sure. Okay. All right. We have reviewed our goals and our failures and successes, which means, you know what? It's time for the news because we got to talk about what we're here to talk about, which is a brand new season. Yo, what up? It's the news. Okie dokie. We've got a whole new season coming up. This is the 31st, which means this starts tomorrow. No, it doesn't. It starts on the 3rd of June. I'm a liar.
You know what's great about
on the 3rd of June? Huh?
The Switch 2.
No, go on.
Oh, I didn't buy one. No.
Oh God. I did not.
Nope. We can talk about that some other time. I've got some thoughts and feelings about Nintendo right now.
Yeah, we don't have enough time.
No, we really don't. Okay. Anyway, this new season that's starting on June 3rd is called Delightful Days. Rather presumptuous, I think.
They know it's winter, right?
They do. They do. Well, for some of us.
Only for the place they don't care about.
That's right. That's right. June 3rd through September 2nd. And some highlights here. This is going to be GoFest season, if that wasn't obvious. It's happening this month everywhere for everybody, global at the end, but also the in-person stuff. Osaka's happening right now as we speak. Yeah, well, they might be sleeping. Who knows?
No, they're going. They're only an hour.
Going?
Yeah, right now.
Capital G, capital O.
It'd be like 9 a.m. for them. They're like an hour behind you, aren't they, Lachlan?
Yeah, half an hour behind you.
Yep, there you go. Yep.
Time zones. How do they work? All right. Crowned Zacian and Crowned Zamazenta make their debut. They've already debuted for those at Osaka. I've seen some crazy screenshots. High combat power on them dogs. Let's just say that.
Big number goes up.
They're huge for sure. Pokemon discovered in the Paldea, Galar, and Hisui regions are coming. The Pokemon that were pictured in this segment of the blog was Tatsugiri and Yamper, which is exciting for all them Dondozo fans out there. Actually, Tatsugiri has its own fan base, to be super honest with you. It's a great Pokemon.
And it has 3 forms, and they like to break those things up by region, like we saw with Tauros, didn't they?
Great. Hopefully, we'll have to raid them.
Well, considering there's only like 4 Pokemon left from Hisui,
perhaps.
We'll see what the last Hisui Pokemon will be soon.
Moving on here, we actually already got Gigantamax Rillaboom. That's happening now. But we are going to be getting Gigantamax Cinderace, Inteleon, and new Dynamax Pokemon that are debuted. They have a Hatena pictured for that. I'm excited for Dynamax Hatena? Question mark?
Gmax.
Yeah, it's cute.
Hatterene gets a Gmax, so it's all part of the make them small first, like we saw with Rookidee this season.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, let's talk about seasonal highlights, like real ones, not just overview stuff. And that was kind of a review. We've already talked about most of those things already. Seasonal highlights. So community days. Here's kind of the first big bombshell, I guess, of the day here. June 21st is going to be the next community day, the first one of that season. And it's going to be Jangmo-o. Not surprising anybody, but that doesn't make it any less exciting. Jangmo-o is going to be great to finally catch a bunch of shinies after we've all been grinding 10-kilometer eggs for like a year. Well, some of us. July 5th through the 6th is Community Days Classic. No idea what that's going to be. July 20th will be something. Oh, do you know what it is, Lachlan? What's your guess?
Educated guess? We've only had 1 Pokemon featured over 2 Community Days, and it's a classic.
They're going to do Eevee again?
I'm going to flip my table, by the way, if it's Eevee again.
It's a classic.
Off.
Well, we've had an Eevee classic, haven't we?
No, that was just Eevee. Yeah. That was not a classic. That was Eevee 2, because they had different moves. In August of 2020. That was
Make sure your table
You just ruined all of our day, Lachlan.
You know what?
And for you and Fish, it's early in the day. You ruining our day, it's in the evening. There's not much day
I'm going to be on my stream tonight, just
the only other thing they could do would be Magmar and Electabuzz.
Openly weeping.
That's what I said. But I'm like, there's no way. Both of these are terrible.
It will be.
But at least I know I don't need to make set aside time on the 5th and 6th then.
Well, think of it. So 21st is Jangmo. Following weekend is GoFest Global, if my numbers are correct, unless it's end of July.
Correct.
And then the following weekend is this. It's good to have a weekend you can just turn the Go++ on.
No, I don't even need that. Keep the EVs away from me. Just keep them away from me.
Very far.
I'm picturing Carl like kicking scores of EV.
Yes. I have nothing against Eevee. I just don't need another community day of Eevee. That's all.
Yeah, but we didn't need another Machop, and you still went out and got 22 shinies.
Look, I didn't play the first Machop.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
And there are people out there who in the last 5 years haven't played an EVCom day.
Look,
It's been 5 years.
Look, I'm just defending my own hypocrisy. I'm not saying other people can't enjoy this community.
Uh-huh.
I am. I'm saying nobody can enjoy this community.
Okay, that's fine. I can get
It was
by.
August 2020, not August 2021, if memory serves correct. So, it's been 4 or 5 years.
I could have sworn we had another one. I thought we had the first one forever ago, and I thought we had another one since then already.
Yeah, in the pandemic, we had the second one, but it was not a classic because classic community days hadn't yet started. It's like how Charmander had its second Com Day before its Com Day Classic.
With a different move.
So hit the brakes. I went off this bus right now. It's awful. All right. July 20th is a triple question mark community day. So is August 30th. And that brings us to the end of the season timeline for community days. Let's talk about Expedition Access. You've probably heard this before if you've been playing for any amount of time. It's back, baby. It's back. Expedition Access returns during delightful days. Every month, trainers will be able to purchase a ticket that includes bonuses and time to research. Trainers will also receive an incubator for their first Pokestop or gym photo disc spin every day. Every day. I'm very excited about this. All right. In addition to this, also, we're getting the Go Pass. Go Pass, a limited time progression track, will be available during delightful days. Complete past tasks to earn Go points to increase your rank and earn rewards. The Go Pass Deluxe, a paid version of Go Pass, will be available for trainers looking for upgraded rewards and faster progression. Wonderful. So this has been tested in in like very select markets. Oh, in Australia. Did you get it, Lachlan? Great. Yep. Just in time for you to not be playing very much.
Hey, and I still got to the legendaries both months. I'm just saying.
Oh, nice.
All I had to do was
so can you share your experience with it? How was it?
Right. So there was an A group and a B group. The B group had 200 levels. The A group had 100 levels. The Lucky Trinket and the Yveltal / Xerneas were locked at the midway point, regardless of where it was. On the A pass, you actually got 2 level 15 of both of the legendaries. Good for GBL. Have to ban Xerneas. Whoopsies. Pretty good. Like, you could earn for free a maximum 150 points a day. By 50 was winning a raid, 20 was hatching an egg, 2 was catching a Pokemon. So you didn't have to hatch your raid. You could just go for a walk and catch Pokemon and get points. There were weekly progressions. This is for the A side. Weekly progressions where you'd earn a set amount of points. You could pay more and start 10 levels higher. Because why not? Why? Of course you can.
Yeah.
And, you're limited. And at the end of the month, they released that limit of 150 a day. So if I wanted to, I could go all the way out and go from 67, which is where I'm at, and just catch however many 100 Pokemon I would need to by the end of the season to finish off the last pages. But it's just Stardust rewards at like 150 per level. So I'm not losing that much.
Right.
People on the B tier actually then had specific event-focused tasks as well. So on a community day, there'll be a couple levels that you could accrue just by playing community day. So more events led to more points being earnable throughout the week. And like the tasks, weekly task of win 1 raid per week or hatch 3 eggs. They're not asking for the world, especially if you're using your free on a 2K kilometer. The free pass, you'll get down to that legendary threshold at 50. The second legendary was paywalled, as was the Lucky Trinket. Honestly, we've been asking for season passes forever, and if this is how they're going to do it, I'm not that mad, because it seems pretty good, all things considered. Yes, there's a time progression, but it's doable even with slight casual play, because you open the game, you're probably going to hatch an egg from Adventure Sync. That's 20 out of 150 for that day. You then do use your free raid pass. That's 70 out of 150. Like, you're getting there quite quickly.
Mm-hmm. I got my question, though, from the way you phrase that, because I'm really curious. Other people have thoughts. What is the negative? Because you said if this is the way they do it, then that's okay. I think it's a really good way of doing it, and the only argument might be the reward tracks and how that breaks down.
If they start putting things that haven't returned to the game for a while behind this, in Australian dollars, about $15 for the pass, right? It's not cheap. That might be with the plus 10 ranks. I'm sure Fish hasn't bought it, so he could probably tell us the prices in the store currently. But it's probably like $9.99 US, right? And that's a lot for some people. And I'm not going to put that down because every event has a paid structure at the moment. And it's probably one of the reasons why I was okay with stepping away for a bit while I was getting myself adjusted to my new normal and my new normal life, because everyone out here is doing this. there wasn't that much new content that I was going to skip out on. I really missed Rookity when it was first released through Magnetic Lures, but then it came back a couple of weeks later and was just in the seasonal pool, and I GoPlused enough. Actually, GoPlused a hundo while driving home from work. That's a whole nother story. My friend had traded me a hundo.
Story.
But so wasn't the best thing, but I'd already had a traded hundo. But I didn't feel like I was missing out. And I think for someone who played every day like I did, seeing this and seeing these chasks, I'm like, oh, a lucky trinket. Oh, a potential hundo Yveltal, which has been like my white whale from the Kalos region. Because, there's 2 legendaries. We don't count Zygarde. And I had Xerneas hundo. Where's that Yveltal, But that wasn't enough to get me to buy it till halfway through the month. And I said, on Com Day, I said, right, I'll buy it with plus 10. That makes up for the 2 weeks I missed. I still got to 50. And I'm at 67, so I didn't have to buy plus 10.
It is retroactive, right? Like every other battle pass in history is. Okay, just wanted to clarify.
So you get to level 50, then you buy it, you unlock all the rewards that you had previously.
Yeah. Right.
Well, I guess what I'm saying, though, is where is the negative in general? It gets you another encounter, but you said that the free track has one already, right? Unless I may have misunderstood. Which is
yes,
fair.
But they could shift that to premium.
How is that any different? They could, but we're talking hypothetical. This is exactly what I would expect.
The Pokemon encounters that you wanted, in the free track, you'd get candy for that species. And then the paid track, you get XL candy and then an encounter with that species. So randomly, you're going through it as a free-to-play player, and there's just this Corsola candy. And you're like, cool, thanks, I guess. And you don't think twice about it. And then you see next to it, there's paid for an encounter.
That's pretty on par with everything else that's been happening in general, and other battle passes in general too. Battle passes might give you free currency, and then the paid track for that one is a skin or paid currency. Honestly, Fortnite gives you the V-Bucks back, for example.
What it's missing is a pose. I don't know why there's not a pose in there, and maybe now that it's rolling out global, they might put poses in. But this could be the way that they bring back, say, Seasons 1 GBL's pose.
Oh, that's going to make some people angry.
But how many years has it been?
They're not going to do that.
I'm here for it.
How many years has it been? And that's the thing, talking about EV Classic. It's been 4 or 5 years since EV Community Day last happened.
I don't care!
But EV in this scenario, though, is not an exclusive thing. I could always get a shiny EV. If I want.
Okay, Cowboy Hat Snorlax was for GoFest 2022 and then went global the following year. It was exclusive that year, and Satchel Dactyl has still not reappeared. So if Satchel Dactyl was to reappear, it would be the same thing as giving out that pose to the people who paid to fly over the world and got their Satchel Dactyls.
But you can trade. I traded a bunch of people.
You can trade for Satchel Dactyls. I got numerous shinies that I still could give to people now. A pose in particular is something that's really. They've definitely designed it with exclusivity in mind, I think.
Well, there's also poses from limited events that you could buy a ticket to get poses that weren't then put in the shop.
Tinkaton. Can you buy the Tinkaton pose anymore? I don't think so. Can you?
I don't think you can buy the Tinkaton pose.
Because I think it was just part of the ticket. Was the best money I've ever spent on this game was
There's a lot of those poses that disappeared. And I think the GBL poses from 3+ years ago have been in the game long enough that they could be added as the level 100 reward for this in the free track. Because it's been 5-6 years since some of these poses were added to the game, and I'm with
you, Lachlan. I'm just saying I would pop a bunch of popcorn and watch social media after that was announced and have a great time.
Anyway, that's what the other thing I dislike is you'll get an encounter with a Pokemon, and it'll be 50-50 whether it's going to be Gmax or not Gmax with some of the Gmax eligible ones. You get a Dynamax Machop. I'm like, okay, cool. Thanks for the Machop, I guess. Randomly halfway down, and then the next encounter will be a Grookey, and it will be a regular Grookey. And you're like, okay, weird, but sure. So there wasn't that consistency. it was nice seeing Pokemon like Galarian, Corsola, Sinistea, those sorts of things which had been harder to find, just reappear through this. But like from a FOMO perspective, considering the last 50 or 100 ranks, depending on if you're in the A group or the B group, and I'm not sure how they do it for the rollout, just led to like 150 Stardust at the paid tier for every 100 points you accrue for the last half. You're only losing like 5,000 Stardust by not finishing it. It's not revolutionary. The rewards past that halfway mark. And maybe that's just because balancing in a trial phase, they don't want the other half of the world upset. But we'll see.
Well, people do it. People be upset anyway.
Yeah, like it's,
I think
no helping that.
The real thing, though, for me, especially from being exposed to a lot of different battle passes, both ones I've paid and not, the battle pass only needs one value item in the entire pass to justify its cost to buy it.
And it's the lucky trinket.
In our game is the lucky trinket. Yes, and it's not even close. I think it's not even a discussion. Most people, unfortunately, Lachlan, do not have the capacity to do 1,000 trades of the same Pokemon to re-roll their luckies as many times as they want. Most people might get to do 10 trades of their Dreepy, for example. And so that lucky trinket is actually a really big deal. And I think it is easily worth the $9.99, and everything else in the track is extra.
I just see the legendary reward at the end of it being their response to bring back legendaries to the weekly boxes. And
yeah, well, I mean, again, it's been 7 years now. 7 years? 6 years?
6.5, yeah. And what was the Pokemon that replaced legendaries for the first time? Was it Snorlax then Eevee?
I think Eevee was first.
Eevee with Flower Crowns?
First one was the first
it
one.
It all comes back to Eevee.
We're gonna move on. I think we're gonna move on because we still have more to cover.
Yeah. So yay or nay, the premium is worth it.
I bought it because I was going to play. I had no plans to buy it.
I'm reclaiming my time. It was a yes or no question.
In May, yes. With how much I played in June, it ended up being a yes. But I bought it later, and then because I knew I was able to get to 50.
Yeah, so the strategy is like play it, and then if you end up playing a lot more than you thought, like just do it because it's retroactive, and if not, like just sit on it for a while.
It was annoying not having some of the bonuses earlier in the month, but that's fine.
Yeah.
That was my one question, though, as we're moving, though. When you buy it, don't you get extra tasks to then complete the levels?
So they take away your free weekly tasks and replace them with daily tasks of catching 10 or 15 Pokemon to earn the same amount of points as you would otherwise.
That's the faster progression.
So it's the same, but you get to do it at a daily level instead. Okay.
Got it. All right.
Cool.
Anyway, moving on. We've got some themed stickers for this season.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Toucannon. That could be a Sharpedo.
They look pretty boss.
Ooh, good. They do look pretty boss. I love the Executor one. That's great, but the Wiglet one takes the cake.
I really like Toucannon a lot.
Yeah,
I'd love that
That's
on
really
a
pretty.
pin. I'd love that Toucannon one on a pin, like an enamel pin.
Yep.
Mr. Scopely, if you're listening, I'd like that Toucannon on an enamel pin, please.
Please send it to Lachlan. Send him like 50 so he can give them to us as well. All right,
just send one to him and one to you. That's another solution.
I like it. I like it being difficult. That's the part of the fun, you know.
It's earned.
There's also been a Go Battle League update, but I'm not qualified to talk about it. We have a whole segment dedicated to it later on, so we'll send that over to Fish and D5 when we get there. But let's talk about seasonal rotations, Kyle. Would you do me the honor?
Oh boy, do we have rotations. First up, the research breakthrough, because that's what we always like, right?
Yeah.
What are our legendaries this month, Kyle?
See, you know what? I was about to say it's not that bad. Now people are going to be upset. But it's actually not that bad. We have Aerodactyl, Galarian Corsola, Gibble, Sinistea, Charcadet, and Frigibax. No?
Well,
yeah.
Once Frigibax gets its shiny enabled at Global Fest.
You're right.
And Sinister,
Look,
that's a good chance of getting the authentic form with reasonable stats. So I'll keep it. I'll allow it.
What if they give an Eevee Boom Burst?
No, it's going to use Helping Hand, and your buddy has to be a Noivern for it to use Boom Burst.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's the evolution. All the evolutions have Boom Burst. Replaces Last Resort.
They pour out with a Boom Burst.
That's the community. That's going to be the community classic. They're going to give it a new move, not an old one. And it's Boom Burst.
That's what we need to have you do in Go Battle League with me, Chris. We just need to run a Boom Burst team for you. Just everything has Boom Burst.
Now you're talking my language. I love cheese builds. That's great. Oh my gosh. Surely he's not going to throw another Boom Burst shield. Oh my god.
I'm a ghost type. He's not going to use Boom Burst, right? All right. In cities, you got Pidgeot, Alola Meowth. Wait, really? Yeah? Oh, okay. Trash Cloak Burmy, Glameow, Scraggy, Litwick, and Fido. And more. Always more.
And more.
Usually just one more that we don't know about.
In
forest,
with biomes, it's a lot more, but yeah.
I'm just being facetious because they do that with eggs every single time, Lachlan.
Don't get me started on eggs. We don't know the answers because it's not there yet. I don't have all the info.
Exactly. In forest, you got Galarian Ponyta, Ampharos, Sudowoodo, Plant Cloak Burmy, Petrat, Petalil, and Gossifleur.
I love Gossifleur.
Gossifleur's great.
Gossifleur's great. And it's like the animation of when it spawns in the map. So good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Very good.
Mountains, we have Alolan Geodude, Nosepass, Aggron, Burmy with the Sandy Cloak. I'm just trying to work on my the typos that Chris has in here. Don't worry.
I think I typed that one correctly, to be fair.
Galarian Stunfisk, Bunnelby, Rookidee, and more. Beaches and water, we've got Galarian Slowpoke, Gyarados, Mantine, Bidoof, Dupiter, Bruxish, Tadbulb, and Wiglet, and more. Now for the hemisphere split. In the northern hemisphere, we have Hisuian Voltorb, Trico, Torchic, and Mudkip, Summer Dealing, Goomy, Fomantis, and more.
Bye-bye, Goomy. I'll see you in 4 months.
That's okay.
Look after him.
No,
he's just a little guy.
Yeah.
The Goomster, yeah.
In the southern hemisphere, you'll have Hisuian Quillfish, Bagon, Turtwig, Chimchar, and Piplup, Winter Deerling, Bergmite, and more. You got the short end of the stick of the starters, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Gen 4's not that bad.
Gen 4's
my friend.
It's no Gen 3, though.
I mean, I love Gen 4, but the starters are pretty weak.
But remember, point me in the direction
of Mega Infernape, please.
Savage.
It's so good it doesn't need to Mega Evolve.
This is a family podcast.
There's a dead body on this podcast right now. And it's Infernape. Cool.
Anyway, so eggs, hey?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to read these as they're typed by Chris. So Togepi. Togepi. Spoink. Duskull, Larvesta, Smoliv, and more. In the 5Ks, we have Larvesta, Crabrawler, Sandygast, Kamala, Bruxish, and more. In the 5K Adventure Sync egg, you will probably see only Skarmories, but other people will see Lileeps, Anorith, Munchlax, Riolu, and more. In the 7K eggs, the Alolans and Galarians are all hanging out again. We'll have Alolan Meowth, Galarian Meowth, Alolan Grimer, Hisuian Voltorb, Galarian Corsola, and more. So we'll probably all the other regional variants that aren't accessible in the wild, like the 7K used to be. But Mateo's 7K, now this is the special one. He'll have Alolan Vulpix, so maybe Vulpix won't be in the regular 7Ks. Hisui Sneasel, Galarian Corsola will be in both, but as will the elusive white-striped Basculin and Pawniard and more. Remember, white-striped Basculin still needs its evolution, which is a Hisui Pokemon. And it's the only thing we're missing from Hisui. That's an evolution and not just a regional variant. And we have a Hisui Cup in early July. I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
It's either that or it's Gumi, Kyle. Or Lilligant. It could still be Lilligant. And Zoro was Zoroark. But I'm going to go with Basculegion. Can't wait to see what its evolution requirement is. Anyway, 10-kilometer eggs. We have Lapras.
Oh, it's going to be awful.
Tuxel, Drippy, Chacadet, Regibax, and more. In the 10-kilometer Adventure Sync egg, this is where everyone's favorite community days of the past, present, and future collide. Where we'll have Bagon, Jibel, Jangmo-o, Chacadet, and Regibax, and more. I don't know, Chacadet makes everything French, so it's all Chacadets. Chacadet's fault.
Well, it would be Chacadet.
Yeah.
Chacadet.
Ooh, dang.
Well, that's the eggs, and it killed me to say "and more" every time.
I know it did. I'm so happy you read them. Yeah,
it's fine. Just hug your dolphin. It's fine. The dolphin will protect you.
Or your community ambassador. If they're open to hugs, you should ask first.
Yeah, always consent. Seek consent.
Always consent. That's right. Great. I am excited for hatching eggs. That's great. Maybe I'll get the Larvesta this season. We'll see. Probably not.
Well, I did trade my spare shiny Larvesta, so you don't even have me to go off on anymore. But it was a shiny Mudbray. What was I to do?
I was under the impression, Lachlan, that you and I were friends.
Wow.
Shiny Mudbray.
I can't believe this.
Shiny Mudbray? Man,
yeah.
Whatever, dude. That's fine.
It was werewolf.
That's fine.
It's fine. I'll hatch another one for you. We'll do the exchange at Japan Go Fest next year. And Kyle will be there, and Fish and DeFi will be there. It'll be a great time.
And you were there, and you were there, and you were there.
And Mr. Scopely was there.
That sounds like quite the trip, Dorothy. Okay. We've got some seasonal bonuses really quick. One additional special trade per day for the season, which is sick for all of you traders out there. You traitorous traders. Increased XP for the first catch of the day. Yahoo! Double daily adventure incense duration. So that's cool. You get more out of that.
Yep.
Wonderful. I always think that when they do these things where they have these seasonal bonuses that last for like months at a time, 3 months at a time, the double daily adventure instance duration, imagine you start playing during this season and you like are super into the adventure instance and then the season ends and it's back down to 15 minutes and you're like, this sucks.
That's the bonus I forgot to mention. As part of the tour pass, when you hit like rank 20, you just got double daily adventure incense for the rest of the month.
Oh, I wonder if...
Interesting.
We're not going to go down that path. No, never mind.
No.
We'll see what happens. That's what we're
and that
going
was
to do.
for free and unfree. Just sorry. Back to normal.
Unfree is a good word.
Unfree. Yeah. Oh boy.
The land of the unfree.
We're hitting a little too close to home over here. All right. So for the season, that wraps up the overview. It's kind of exciting. There's lots of interesting events happening. These stickers are off the chain, if I do say so myself. Jangmo-o Community Day is pretty slick, and those bonuses are all right. Pretty excited about that. We got one last thing to talk about, and it's actually just something we already talked about. It's just more details. The Jangmo-o Community Day has its blog post out already, so we have all the dirty details to share with you here, and I'll do so rather quickly. This is going to be happening on Saturday, June 21st from 2 to 5 p.m. local time. The featured attack is going to be Clanging Scales. What's all that noise out there? Clanging Scales in trainer battles is 120 power and decreases defense by 1 stage. And in gyms and raids, it's just 120 power. No fun in gyms and raids. No fun allowed. Community Day special research is US $199 or $100 in Australian currency.
Those dang tariffs.
3 encounters with Jangmo-o that have delightful days, themed special backgrounds, additional encounters with Jangmo-o, 1 premium raid pass. 1 premium battle pass. Forgive me, I've sent 1 rare candy XL and even more goodies. There's going to be a Community Day special background timed research, which will be free. It's the usual fare. Catch a Pokemon, every day for the next 5 days, and you get encounters, and they have backgrounds. It's great. Event bonuses: 3 times experience for catching Pokemon, 2 times candy for catching, 2 times chance for Candy XL if you can get them. Lure modules last for 3 hours. Incense does, excluding Daily Adventure. Don't get it twisted. Take a few snapshots during Community Day for a surprise. It'll be Jangmo. A 1 additional special trade for a maximum of 3 per day. That's great. And trades will require 50% less Stardust. The field research tasks will give you Great Balls, Stardust, additional encounters with Jangmo, and more. There's going to be showcases and a web store bundle. So again, as always, if you're going to buy the ticket, do it via the web store so they give you a pat on the back, aka like 2 potions or something else, in addition to what you're purchasing. So.
Regular potions.
Regular potions. You don't want to break the bank, you know? So that's Jangmo-o Community Day. We've already talked about it, so I don't think we really need to belabor the point, but it's exciting insofar as Jangmo-o is exciting.
I like the neon colored shiny.
The shiny is really nice. Yeah. Yep.
I'm just taking a quick look for Clanging Scales for that. So it mentions the 120 power, and that for me is a weird number because I'm looking at other charged attacks that have 120 power in the game. Nothing that is relevant in Great League, but we do have some Master League stuff. Like, for example, Ice Burn is 120 damage. Meteor Beam is 120. You've got Techno Blast. So a lot of moves that you don't really see in PvP very often. And all of the ones I've mentioned are either 55 or 60 energy. And so,
look, I'll say Aurora's Meteor Beam finds a way, Fish. If it wants to beam someone, Aurora's can beam someone in Great League.
You can very occasionally come across one. I did come across a couple of Shadow Aurorae in Go Battle League and Great League.
What's
the last few weeks?
The Aurora Borealis.
But for the most part, you're not going to see any of those moves in Great League. So I'm very interested to see how much energy this thing has and whether it will have an effect on the Jangmo-o line.
Cool. We'll see. I look forward to your analysis on a PvP Corner episode because Lord knows it's not happening on GOCast. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for the news here, which means that we're going to take a quick little break. And then when we get back, it's going to be time for in-house PvP Corner time. Very excited. All right, see you in a minute.
And we are back, and look, we did cover the Go Battle League updates of the previous season in great detail with myself and BRZ Biddy in last week's episode, and so I want to thank her for coming on and doing that, and if you want to have a listen to that and haven't done so yet, make sure to check out the most recent episode of PvP Corner. That means, though, that we do get a bit of an opportunity. We've got some spare time up our sleeves. DeFi, you just came back from a couple of weeks overseas. I want to hear all about your trip.
My trip was awesome. Thank you so much. And huge thank you to BRZ Biddy and Pico Wawa for being special guests while I was away. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And yeah, I had an amazing trip overseas. I spent 4 nights in Valencia, Spain, and that was really lovely. I ate just about every single meal outside, just being like outside. Like, I love cafe culture in Spain. Just like sitting outside with my cafe con leche and a croissant. Like a little, it's just nice. Like, yeah. I enjoy it very much. I love being in Spain. My husband was very impressed that we got to go do like cafes and things, and I could just speak in Spanish, and it was fine. And I was
like
understood.
Fluently, or like was it like broken, or like how good is your Spanish?
People would like open with me in Spanish, and I would respond, and we would just keep the conversation in Spanish. Cool. Which I think is a good mark of like you're doing a good job.
Yeah. You didn't immediately switch to English, therefore you did good.
Yes. We only did English like one other time, and that was during a wine tasting, and I really wanted my husband to like hear exactly what was happening. Mm-hmm. Like describe the wines and some of those like technical things. Like,
but other than that, even when it was just the two of you, you spoke to him in Spanish the entire time.
That would be great. He knows how to say like un cerveza, and that's not even how you would do that. That's what he says though. And he knows biblioteca.
Let's go. Probably from Community.
Pretty much.
Was there much difference between the Spanish, the dialect that they speak in Spain, as opposed to like if I understand correctly, a lot of the Spanish-speaking people in America are from like Latin American countries. Is that right?
Yeah. So there's a lot of like vocabulary differences. Like the accent is different. Also, interestingly enough, in Spain, in Valencia and Barcelona, kind of in that region, there's also like a completely separate language that is like the regional language, Catalan, which looks very similar to Spanish. It looks a lot like Spanish and French kind of combined, but it's not a dialect. It's its own separate language. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah. But Spain was great. I did not get sunburned. I always get sunburned on vacation, and I did not get sunburned. My husband was very militant about always applying sunscreen all the time.
Good man.
Good man. That was good. The beach was beautiful. Yeah, I did not want to leave. And then, I was just sitting in cafes a lot, drinking wine, seeing like beautiful architecture.
Not much chance to go to the beach in Wisconsin, is there?
No. You can go to the lake. The lake is great.
Go look at the lake, yeah.
Yeah. But no, the beach was beautiful. Like stepping into the ocean felt like it was like heated almost. Like it was just like warm and nice.
That's worrisome.
It was great. It was also just very hot outside.
Oh yeah. So I'm hoping the answer to this is no, but in the event that it's yes, it would be appropriate for our show. Did you play any Pokemon Go?
I did a little. Like I wasn't like massively playing a ton. I mentioned, I think before the show started, I missed Gigantamax Machamp completely because I was at a wedding, which I can mention for the second half of my trip. But I played a little bit. I hatched a Hundo Hippo Potato.
Ooh.
Nice.
I love Hippo Potato. I caught some of the Oricorio, which is regional. So like the fire type Oricorio. And that's like my favorite one. So that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I also caught a couple Stonejourner.
Right, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love that one. And then I caught a couple Stonejourner to bring back with me to trade to some of my friends. So that was really nice while I was in the UK. But generally not too much play. And I played a little bit of the Machop Community Day. Like, mostly Go Plus. I have 9 shinies that I don't need. But one that I do, because I got a Shundo off of the... that I like very much. It was during the special research that we all got that we could gift. Which, by the way, I kind of liked that. I like that you couldn't buy it, but you could gift like a bajillion of them to people. And that was fun for me. So I gifted one to my husband and we played a little bit. And off of that, I got a Shundo Machamp that
nice.
I'm really excited of. Like that was very awesome. Exciting. That's catch location is in. I haven't yet. I tend to name them when they're like best buddy. So I'll have to go through the best buddy process with my shiny.
Was it male or female? Do we know?
It is a male Machamp.
Because I'm thinking it has to have some kind of Spanish-inspired name.
Well, this one was actually I was in London for that part.
Ah, okay, cool.
Oh. So an English name, but yeah, very very exciting. But yeah, that brings me to the second part of my trip. I went to go see a wedding, and that was really fun. I have a close friend who lives in London. We met when she visited Wisconsin for a summer, and we came very close. And it was really cool to go see her wedding. And that was really just a lot of fun for me. I did notice, though, there's a lot of difference between UK and US weddings. Like in the US, you can get married anywhere. Like you can get married in your backyard, right? And it's fine. You can have if you wanted, your next door neighbor could get ordained on the internet. It's a short process and they could marry, they could be the one to wed you. That's not how it works in Britain. You have to get married at a spot that's like sanctioned for weddings. And there were 2 people like from the government there to like sign the marriage license.
Ew, not the government.
Like there were 2 people, like 2 official people there who had to like sign the license, which is not like we just turned, I think, our marriage license into the town, whatever, the next day.
Yeah. You go like get your marriage like official from like the state or whatever, and then you have your wedding, and then I think you have to like, don't you have to give them like some paperwork back? I don't remember.
There was like I had to go to the city hall building and do some stuff.
In like the eyes of the government, you're married before your wedding happens in order for you to get your marriage license, right? Because you have to go get it or something like that.
Yeah. Like, I know there was I had a form, like I had steps that I had to follow and I did them. But no, that all happened like at the ceremony. And apparently up until pretty recently, for these like sanctioned locations, they had to be like enclosed or they had to have like a roof. And if you stepped outside of it, it wasn't a legal wedding.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Like they are like very, like it's very like lots of formalities within the ceremony itself. Everything else was very like standard fare. I didn't know that the Cupid Shuffle is not a thing in the UK. So when I requested that song and nobody knew it, that was kind of fun.
What's the Cupid Shuffle?
You're like, give me the microphone. I'll just do it. Like,
like I can teach you all. It's fine. And they also have like so it's a song that's played often at weddings that has like, it's kind of like the cha-cha slide, or like it has like the steps of the song are said in the song. Like the dance moves in the song are said in the song. And they have ones that I've never heard of.
So the time warp?
Sure. The similar thing, but like wedding fare. Or the Macarena, like the steps are like, it's a cheesy wedding song. And they had ones that I had never heard of, which again was interesting. There's a lot more ABBA played than I would typically hear.
Is that not normally done in the US?
I wouldn't have clocked that. I mean,
like,
I mean,
it's one of my like, it's one of my absolute fail safes when I'm DJing weddings. Is like, give me a Man After Midnight and Dancing Queen.
See, and I've never heard that at a wedding before.
Wow, American DJs sort your lives out.
How often do you play Mr. Brightside?
Every time.
Good.
Yeah, that's another fail safe. That is absolutely guaranteed.
And it gets everyone out of the venue.
It sure does.
We have people coming in from the venue. They don't know there's a wedding on. They just hear the song and they're like, I'm dancing to this.
I lose my mind and lose my voice to Mr. Brightside at every wedding I go to.
Right?
Yeah.
It's such a banger.
Yeah. But yeah, I had lamb. Like the dinner was lamb, and that was cool. It was like,
is that not normally had in the US? Do you not normally have like young sheep?
A lot of times it's like a chicken dish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lamb is not fish. That's not a common.
It's chicken, beef, or veggie usually are the three commons that you'll find. Yeah. And usually veggie is like half done. Like unless you're at a place and you request it, or like the bride or groom are vegetarian, they have a big opinion on it. Usually it's like here's a frozen veggie lasagna.
Oh yeah, no, that does not sound appealing. And it bears saying that like obviously Australia being a Commonwealth country, like we would share a lot of the traditions that Britain would have. So a lot of the things you are saying are things that I'm like, right, of course.
Yeah, it was just kind of fun talking to other people at the table who like are like, they've never been to an American wedding, like saying stuff like, oh yeah, like I wrote my own vows. They can't do that. Like there's a script you have to follow.
That's crazy.
Like for it to be legal. Like, so all of that was just a little bit of a culture shock for me, but it was really fun to like go to the wedding and participate and just have that experience. I'm going to go through the menu too, because I pulled the menu up for the wedding. There was also a starter that was really good. It was duck breast as a starter. And I was like I ate it and I'm like, okay, I'm good. And then there was a shank of English lamb that followed. That was massive. With like mashed potatoes and stuff. It was very English. It felt very English. And then like
beans on everything.
Also the desserts, like I was anticipating when they brought out this like mini dessert selection of like 4 different desserts, I was anticipating it was something like you share with like another person. No, like we got each of the mini desserts. And one of them was sticky toffee pudding, which I had never had. So that was lovely. It was very good. It was very good. Probably my favorite thing on there, other than the chocolate brownie. I also like creme brulee a lot, and that was part of it. So I had really good food.
Yeah,
the food was great. My friend was afraid there wouldn't be enough booze for us because we're American. But there was plenty of booze.
Not only are you American, you're from the great state of Wisconsin.
Yeah. I wasn't going to say anything.
I love, like, and you see those charts of the states, and they're like, oh, well, highlighted, here's a gradient scale from, like, clear to, like, maroon of, like, who drinks the most in the states. And everybody else is, like, kind of blue, a little bit of shade. You see Wisconsin, and it's glowing bright red.
I like the one where it shows Wisconsin by county, and you look at it, and it looks like there's one that's, like, dry, and then you have to tell people, no, that's a lake. It's a very good image.
So did you have a read through the moveset updates when they came out, DeFi?
Briefly. I briefly looked at them when they came out.
I'm keen to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, it looks like fire types might be on the rise a little bit with Ember. I saw two bug type attack updates, Bug Bite and Fury Cutter. So I'm excited. Fury Cutter Golisopod, sounds really interesting. Also a lot of steel attack updates, Bullet Punch, Metal Sound, Double Iron Bash, Doom Desire. Doom Desire is really only one Pokemon, but still, there were lots of steel type updates.
Same with Double Iron Bash.
Yeah, that's true. But you're gonna see a Melmetal more often, I think, than a Jirachi. I also love that Drapion was nerfed because Crunch was the chance to lower the defense was decreased on Crunch. So we love that.
Interestingly, I mentioned last week with Biddy that the PV Poke resource that we all really rely on when it comes to researching Pokemon and GBL in particular, they usually come out with a preview of this is what the rankings are going to look like once the new moveset changes take effect. And when we recorded, that hadn't been released yet. It did get released about an hour after we finished recording, and so which is typical, right? So we do have a little bit extra information. I'm looking at Shadow Drapion now. I can also tell you what the percentage has been dropped to. It was previously 30%. Now it is 10%. So Biddy was correct on that one. Huge drop. And that has brought Shadow Drapion down to number 89 in the Great League rankings.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Let's actually go through because you didn't have it when you recorded with her. So let's go through that top 10. Clodsire with Sludge Bomb Earthquake is number 1, followed by Fortress, which is crazy, having a bug type at 2 with new Bug Bite, and then the Rock Tomb it got the last season and Earthquake. Corviknight, which is Fish's least favorite Pokemon, running Sand Attack, Sky Attack, and Ironhead was one of the ones that got did that get buffed? Or did it get added?
Ironhead did not get buffed.
It did not. Okay. But it's a steel type,
for Chris's sake, from a design standpoint, amazing Pokemon. From a PvP perspective, it's not great. Because you love Corviknight, don't you?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just from a battling standpoint, I'm not a fan of it. But PvP Poke seems to be.
Yeah. Dusclops is going to be making a huge, big waves again. At number 4, Galarian Corsola is still hanging around at number 5. Golisopod, a second bug type in the top 10 with Fury Cutter, X-Scissor, Aqua Jet.
We're doing it.
So again, Chris, you want to come hang out with me and do Go Battle League? You've got bugs.
It's true.
That are really good right now. Shadow Jumpluff still hanging around. I'm interested that Shadow Gligar and regular Gligar are back, but running Fury Cutter this time.
I'm a little bit worried about that.
Yeah, because Gligar was good. Gligar was breakingly good.
Yeah,
before.
And I've mentioned it in previous episodes, back when it was popular the last time, that it's the typing that does it, where it has a lot of very handy resistances, and you really need to come at it with water or ice. And so I feel like there is a threat of maybe, it polarizing teams. You have to have an answer to Gligar, and there's such specific things that you need to bring to be able to answer it. And so I'm worried that might happen. One Pokemon might not have, a game-breaking or game-destroying effect on the whole meta, but I do think it is a little bit more of a negative than a positive.
Okay. I'm interested. Right now I'm interested. Because obviously like Azumarill still exists. It's not like in the top 10 here, but it still exists. It's a thing.
For sure.
Also, Samurott, one of my favorite Pokemon in PvP. I love Fury Cutter Samurott. So that's back at number 9. Also, just some highlights outside the top 10. Like Jellicent still is really good. Mandibuzz and Diggersby. Lapras didn't go anywhere. Like Psywave Lapras is still around. Matang with Fury Cutter. Shadow Matang with Fury Cutter is 15.
Wild.
That's crazy.
And what's also crazy to me about that is it's charge attacks are Psyshock, which is good, and Gyro Ball, which is very not.
And it didn't get buffed or anything.
Yeah, apart from the... so Fury Cutter got buffed.
Yeah, and it was given to Matang and Metagross this season.
And it was given to Matang. It does also have Metal Claw, which itself was buffed as well, so that might be one of those Pokemon where you could run either depending on the meta or the situation.
Couple other things. Tinkaton went way down. Like, that's now at, 29. Interestingly, Dedenne and Togedemaru are higher on this than I would typically put them. That could be because Corviknight is so good. Samurott, Jellicent, Lapras.
Dedenne's Parabolic Charge got buffed?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Parabolic Charge did get buffed, didn't it? It's like the last one on there.
Also, this was actually the case before Metal Claw got buffed, but the crowned version of Zacian and Zamazenta immediately shoot to the top of Master League.
Yeah, I noticed that too. They are 1 and 2, and nothing for Zacian specifically. Nothing else comes close.
Yeah,
and it's probably not going to make a difference. But I did note when I saw that the first time, it has an impossible moveset on one or both of them because they have to have a specific move to be the crown form. And I don't remember the details off the top of my head. I just know that it was incorrect.
Behemoth
they both
Blade.
need Iron Head, and then
they both need Iron Head.
Right. Yep.
And it has one of the movesets has them without Iron Head.
That is an excellent observation, Kyle. You get a gold star.
They're probably still going to be absolute monsters. It's just I think the PvP Poke had an error there.
Okay.
Iron Head turns into Behemoth Blade or Behemoth Bash.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
They need to have it before they turn into crown form. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Very
then
cool.
that makes it, if you do use PvP Poke to research, what teams you're going to run, that does make it a little bit hard to do so because they don't have a version of Zacian ranked in the Master League rankings without that attack.
No, what Lachlan is saying is that in the regular base forms, the hero forms, you need Iron Head. Then when they turn into the crowned forms via transformation, Iron Head turns into Behemoth Blade and Behemoth Blast, whatever the other one is.
Yeah, right.
And
so
PvP Poke has it using those signature moves, not Iron Head.
And so I imagine that you
Plus close combat.
Can't come into Go Battle League because you can't come into Go Battle League with like Mega Forms or Origin Forms. Would the Crown Forms be the same concept?
Can you bring a fuse?
Yeah, you can
bring fusions.
Fusions. Yeah.
The way that these are being treated is similar to that. I'd imagine it'd fall in the same bucket. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Although kudos for Necrozma Duskmane for being able to beat Zacian Crown Sword. And Ho-Oh for being able to beat Zamazenta. So,
with its
you know what else beats it? Rhyperior. You know what stupid Community Day Classic we haven't had yet? Rhyhorn. I'll say it every time. It's going to be like the happiest day for me when we get Rhyhorn Community Day Classic.
We're going to be on at such odds when that news comes out. I'm going to be like, why? And you're going to be like, yeah!
I just want to max my Rhyperior. I think those are some of the big highlights. Attack availability. I was really excited for a second when I saw Poison Sting, Nidoqueen, and Nidoking getting. I was like, maybe we can get the Nidoqueen meta back, but I don't think so. It doesn't look like it.
No,
which
I
kind
don't think
of
it's enough.
bums me out. But yeah, some things like Skeledirge can learn Hex. Like, I don't know how useful that's going to be. Like, is that because unless Incinerate gets a nerf, or if unless you're in a specific meta, Incinerate is just so good on Skeledirge. Raichu getting Surf is interesting to me, both regular and Alolan.
I don't
Surf.
think it's going to help. I think because obviously as your electric type, the main thing you're worried about is your grounds. You've already got Trailblaze, and I feel like Trailblaze is going to be a bit better for general coverage, as well as, being able to boost those Volt Switch damages, but boost that Volt Switch damage for subsequent attacks.
Same thing, same kind of thing with the Pawmi line all getting Thundershock. Like, I want that to be really significant because I like that Pokemon, but it's just not going to be. Also, all the Galarian birds can learn Fly now, so they're actually
Very
birds.
Well,
they all got Fly.
Zapdos
Even
loves running,
Zapdos.
but
Yeah.
Articuno and Moltres said, dude, let us just
Big jump.
catch up, please.
Big jump.
Lugia gets Fly, it's no Aeroblast, but
It's not.
it does get Fly. But otherwise, I don't have too much else. I'm interested to see how this is going to play out in practice, because I think there's a big difference between how it looks in the Sims and how that plays out versus what actually ends up happening in Go Battle League, what actually becomes popular.
Absolutely.
And the big difference between what's popular and blind threes versus show 6.
Yeah, how this is all going to play out at Worlds, because this is the Worlds update. So I'm really interested to see, and the NAIC update. It's the only 2 official tournaments that'll have this update.
One thing that I think is really funny and interesting is that we are recording this at a very particular moment in time where we can actually give a live update on a Play Pokemon Championship.
We do. They're in Bologna right now.
And
they've
are halfway
announced their
through...
top 16.
Yes, they're just waking up. No, sorry, they just going to bed now. It's midnight there at the moment. So, they're 2 a.m., something like that. So they're between days at the moment. They finished day 1, and we can tell you that the remaining players in the winner side of the bracket, we have Colin 6, a very regular name, Kazim 33, who is more of a recent phenomenon, but has been doing very, very well of late. Nickname, a recent regional winner, Philbeg, Sir Koges, Fraker, PvP David, and Withered 9. So a lot of names that we do recognize from around the traps. Then in the loser side of the bracket, we have Stone Collection, XXL Cactus, Alejandro DL, 9 Alfie 2, Bora MN, 23 EJB, Fazberry, and Ampolini.
So it looks like it'll be fun. I love when brackets have a really good mix of names that we see all the time, like Colin. For Kyle and Chris, Colin is known as the final boss in Europe because he has made so many top cuts. He's made so many top 2s. He's been the runner-up so many times. Just an incredible battler. Pretty much always makes top cut. So it's cool to see those names mixed in with names that I'm not very familiar with.
Good deal.
All right. Do you have anything else to add, Fish, before we wrap this up and get to our goals?
I don't think so. I think, obviously we've got some emails that we will get to next week. I'm always very excited to see a new meta, despite, the concerns that I have raised. I'm still excited nonetheless. So anything new is interesting to me. I am really interested to see Wrap and whether that has any sort of effect in the meta, because that now has a guaranteed defense drop. It's basically like a clone of Icy Wind, except dropping your defense instead of your attack. And so even if the Pokemon that have that attack in this upcoming season don't become meta, it could be given to probably plenty of other Pokemon that could very well become meta because of it.
Sounds good. I'm excited for this new Leon pose. It looks nice. It's not the OG sick Leon pose, but it's his Battle Tower pose.
The outfit's also slick.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's PvP Corner. We will speak to you next week.
Alrighty, that means we're gonna wrap it up here then, folks. We'll get to emails and Poke poll responses next week when Kyle and I are back down to just the two of us, and we have more time to do so. Quite a heavy episode as usual with the Megapods. It'd be unusual if it didn't, or if it wasn't rather. So if you'd like to email us, you can by sending it to mail@gocastpodcast.com. If you'd like to send an email to the PvP Corner host, they can send it to
PvP Corner at GOCastPodcast.com.
Yeah, buddy. Visit our website for all things GoCast, GoCastPodcast.com. Follow us on X and Threads, both under @GoCast Podcast. If you'd like to help support the show and what we do here, you can via Patreon. That's spelled patreon.com/GoCast Podcast. And speaking of patrons, hey, we have our elite trainer tier patrons here. It's a longer list than it has been since the last time we've all been together. And since it's a Megapod, Kyle and I are immune from reading it, which means that one of the three of you has to pick up the slack.
It's probably me, isn't it?
Yeah, It's been a while. Yeah.
Let's not randomize the order this time.
Okay, good.
Deal.
All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Bo, Daniel, Laurie, Michael, Ozzy, Arkham, Marvin, and Mimi, Sports, Thea, Justin, Jason, Charles, Motters, Lee, William, Brandon, Ethan, Stephen, Nick, our favourite listener, Drew, 2, Camo, The Ugly Rock, Jacob, Victoria, Sarah Law, Memorandums, Nabel, Tish, Jacob, Matthew, Don, John, Paul, Micah, Sean, Dave, Neskill, Purple Opal, Nogelfon, Bataski, Cyprian, Don, Fear _the _ Turtle, Chad, and Everdark Raven.
Apologies to Beta Ski and Nabil.
I think you also missed William before Brandon, so...
Oh.
All right, we'll go again. It's fine.
No, you had the same stumble that I had. It's all good.
To be fair, I know Nabil. I've interacted with him. I'm not entirely sure he's playing the game at the moment.
Oh.
Nabil.
That's okay.
So he might not know.
Okay.
All right,
this is the fun. This is the fun of this being this huge list.
If I saw my name there, I'd probably go Lachlan, so it's fine.
Lachlan, yeah.
Lachlan.
Kyle and I joke about this, but it is very real. The list is getting to the point where at the end you're running out of oxygen and words are difficult to read. So
I just like seeing
funny.
And killing me. It was really hard not saying the prefix in the dot point.
Oh,
list.
yeah. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yep. Okay, well, thank you very, very much, Lachlan, for reading that out. But thank you also very, very much, our elite trainer to patrons, for your generous support and helping us keep the digital lights on, among other things. If you'd like to help support the show in another way, non-monetarily, or in addition to, that's also cool. You can leave us a review where all good reviews can be left. That's most places. So if you do that, it's free, takes minimal time, and helps us out immensely. So that'd be great. Okay, so let's run through our goals really quick. Kyle and I set our goals for the next episode really quick. My goals are finish the hatching collection challenge that we have for Submarine Retreat right now, hatch 50 eggs, and work on clearing out Pokemon storage in anticipation of GoFest next week. Kyle, what about you?
Want to get 150k experience. We're only recording in like 3 days from now, so I gotta be realistic.
I know.
Want to open some gifts. I've been working on some friendship levels. And I'm stealing Chris's cleaning out my storage because it's really a mess. I have some like Fuecoco still I need to transfer that just have been sitting there. So yeah.
See, what I would do is I would look at that 8,800 and just say, you know what, it's time to go up to 8,000 because you could be at 9,800. So let's bring it. Yeah. Let's bring it up.
Oh my gosh!
But why?
It up.
Yeah, I'm at 7,350. I could just buy instead.
But instead I can take that money and put it towards the unethical amount of Zacian and Zamazenta raids I'm going to have to do for GoFest.
It's fine.
Steph, you're killing me right now.
That I'm at 7.
You have it at a 50 instead
I know.
of
I think we had like some free thing that we got extra storage, and I feel like it was part of a really good bundle, and I just never bothered to shore it up.
I'll Venmo you $2 to solve this problem. Oh my god. Okay.
Better yet, we can go to Walmart and get you a gift card for Poker Coins.
Yeah, we could do that. All right,
let's start if it was like a 250 or a 750.
No,
I guess that's acceptable, right?
I that's more acceptable, but still a little.
Yeah.
Okay, let's set our seasonal goals so that we can wrap and get out of here. My seasonal goals for this upcoming season are a shiny Zacian and Zamazenta. I swear I typed that incorrectly.
Zakan.
Zacian and Zamazenta. Yeah. Zacian and Zamazenta shinies of both would be great. Hit rank 10 in GBL, which is just 3 more ranks than I hit this season, so it should be fairly easy. And then hit the gold purifier medal, which is actually kind of a stretch for me because I dislike purifying Pokemon immensely. I'm currently at 378. I need to hit 500, so 112 or whatever that is, or 22. So yep, I got to do a whole bunch. Let's do it.
I want to make sure I get enough Crowned Energy for both evolutions from GoFest. I am not going to be in Jersey, so this is all going to be from Global, both the research and as many raids as I can do. I also want to get both of the shiny dogs because I've basically avoided raiding them outside of the decks almost completely.
Yeah.
So now's the time. Continue working on my special research. I have 6. I'm going to get a bunch more because of this season, but I'd like to only have 3 left. By the time we record next. And it's definitely, depending on how ridiculous the researches we get coming up are, it's very doable for me. And I'd like to do at least one go pass all the way to the Lucky Trinket. And I'll buy the pass for sure if I get that far. So
nice.
My goals, same, pretty standard fare for me. Complete the Go Battle League timed research, ideally without a lot of stress. I really liked the positive feeling of hitting my goal that like I reach expert rank and then legend is the stretch. I want to continue best buddying. I specifically want to make sure I get my Queenie, I think is what I'm going to name her, my Hundo King Gambit, and then the Shundo Machamp that I have now. So definitely those 2. So the goal will be, I'm at 57 now. The goal will be 60. I have a perfect Zacian and Zamazenta. They're not shiny, but I do have perfects of both of those. They're both named after Misty. The Zacian is Misty and the Zamazenta is Wunderhoon, which is our nickname for her because she's a German Shepherd mix.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to level 50 both of those. So get enough energy for both, and then also enough candy, XL candy, to max them both out. And then I would like to plan and execute a semi-regular summer stream schedule. So I'm streaming pretty regularly, like a couple days a week.
Sweet. All right.
All seems very reasonable.
Absolutely.
Talking about reasonable, my first goal, play the game. At least twice per week.
I wrote that one.
It's the most pile-coded goal.
At least, which admittedly, in the past 3 months, has been weeks where I haven't opened it. So this is my way of saying it.
Define playing the game. Like opening the
like
app.
actually playing the game. So like going to opening the game with intent to play the game.
With
so
like,
like
to play? Okay.
Using the game, pop on that daily adventure incense, do some raids, do something with friends, just do something where I'm playing the game and I'm not thinking about everything else that's going on in life. You know? But not every day.
Okay.
Play Pokemon Go Fest Global 2025 Day 1 and 2. This is my way of telling myself, do not sign up for additional work that weekend. Don't do that to your friends. Lucky trade for a Rotom fan. I did just use my lucky trigger on a friend who's currently at Go Fest Japan and said that they would trade me a Rotom fan. So, yay. Okay. I'm a fan of that. Don't forget your photobombs if you're going to any in-person Go Fests. Just
Chris will forget.
I will.
And put stars so you don't need to transfer them. This time.
Stop it. I'm being attacked personally.
Continue to work towards maintaining my lucky Pokedex. So that includes evolving my Kubfu and all the other things I mentioned earlier in the show. Return to a complete Pokedex. I'm currently missing Urshifu, King Gambit, and Volcanion. Technically has been released in Japan, so I'm missing it. Let's hope that we have some T5s that actually support their evolution requirement, because I don't really want to go ham on doing Bombardier raids to evolve King Gambit. At least Urshifu I can do max battles, but the max battles since that requirement haven't really been tier 1 waters, so it's not been achievable.
Yeah.
Without spending a lot of dough. Anyway, go pass. Get to the lucky trinket each chance if there's more than one available during the season. Get a shiny Hisuian Lilligant. I saw it in the trailer for the season, and it will probably have a raid day. So just try and get the shiny of that.
Let's hope the shiny's there, yeah.
Buy more Pokemon storage. Go up to 10,000 during GoFest Global. I'm currently at
That's
9,800.
so
So it's only an extra one.
Absolutely.
Can you make it 10,050?
No.
No, that would break me.
You're not allowed.
I think the new max
I'm
is 10,500 if you've got an in-person ticket, and that would ruin me.
Don't make me boom burst you, fish.
Level 50 Zacian or Zamazenta. I do have the XL for Zacian. I just don't have one I'm willing to do it on yet. I just wish that my shiny 8 Zacian just didn't have 14 attack, and I'd probably have bit the bullet by now. Who knows if I'll ever be able to change that. Or maybe I'll get lucky and get a regular hundo from raids. Singular buddy progress. So not working on 75 at once or whatever I was doing. I've currently got Mr. Mime going, and when that's done, just swap to the next thing, which will probably be my Shundo Pawmot that I got on Community Day.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah. So just not overcommitting, because I know I'm at a different point in my life where I'm working 60 odd hours a week, and I need to make sure I've got time for me, but not feeling like this is an obligation.
Yes, sir.
That is the important work-life balance I'm working towards, because a lot of my social life revolves around this game, and I need to make sure I'm not completely ignoring them.
Right.
But also looking for new things to do with them that isn't necessarily this game, because who knows what direction Scopely is going to take it in.
Who knows? No, it's just officially handed over this week, so we'll see.
We probably won't know for like 6 months minimum.
Yeah. Especially
start seeing trends.
Post-Fest season, 100%.
Yeah.
I think this upcoming winter will be very telling.
100%.
Yep. Fish, goals.
I would like each person on this podcast to come up with a goal for me.
Oh my God!
No.
And I knew you would hate
He
it.
outsourced his goals.
I knew you'd hate the idea.
I don't hate the idea. It's just real sneaky.
I can set a goal you'll hate. You'll never get it.
I've already
I mean,
put it in the-
if it's too hard, it just won't be done. We can say that now.
Fish, what's your raid number at?
My raid number.
Okay, well you steal
Like go into your badges and tell me about let's do legendary raids.
Fish, while you're doing that, I'm going to gift you the joy of having it to legend in GBL.
Okay. Thank you for
taking the low hanging fruit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I didn't successfully complete that one this season, so it is a difficult goal, but one that's up my alley. So I appreciate that, Lachlan.
What's your breeder medal at? That's what I want to know.
Okay.
How are your breeding going?
First of all, legendary raids is at 1,069 out of the 2,000 needed for platinum.
Nice.
All right, so let's have you get to 1,100.
All right. So
31
legendary raids.
Yep.
That's one every 3 days, Fish.
Do you have either or both of the shiny dogs? Zamazenta and Zacian.
No, I don't.
Well, GoFest is coming
Get
up,
on
so
it.
I'm going to say get one or both.
Yeah.
I'll say
Alright,
one to
I'm
be
gonna, I'm going to
nice.
adjust mine from Legend and GBL to
So-
get a shiny legendary in GBL.
Ooh.
Oh.
That,
What's your
I think
have
that's
any
happened
control
once
over that.
ever.
I know.
What's your breeder medal at?
Okay, breeder medal is scroll.
It's the one with the egg on it.
Yeah, yes. Oh, it's actually much higher than I thought.
Okay.
And then I think about like how much Chris's would be, and I scoff. 2,212.
Chris, you're probably at what, 18,000?
Yeah.
22,000?
I will look in just a second.
Okay, you're going to want to cut this egg number in half, by the way. This is...
No, it's 100 a month.
You want him to get 10% more eggs hatched in 3 months than he's done in 8 years.
Eight and a half years.
And considering your spending habits, I'm sure you're not buying incubators like I am. I'll tell you what, I'll knock it down. I'll be nice. We'll knock it down to 200.
200 eggs in 3 months.
That's pretty doable.
Chris, what about
You're going for some
100
walks,
in 3
Fish.
months? And that way it's just an average
not
of
gonna
1
happen.
per day.
You know what? Mine was kind, I think.
Yeah,
All
look,
right.
I
I
thought
did the
mine
sneaky
was
thing
kind.
of look, I did the thing of outsourcing, and the price for that is I have to just accept whatever is given to me. So
100 eggs hatched in 3 months. Can you do it?
No, but I will give it a
an
shot.
average of 17 eggs a week.
Okay, math.
All right.
Math.
Someone wanted to know.
17 eggs a week.
I will
In
make that a
90
goal.
days,
And I will do my
100
dance.
eggs in 90 days is like 7.2. So if he's just doing 2Ks, he'll be fine.
Yeah, good luck with
But
getting only 2Ks. You want to see my inventory right now? I was pretty
you
close,
know what?
Chris. I think
You
I
were
was
pretty
pretty
close.
close.
Mine's
that's
half
incredible.
that, Chris. I'm at over 10,000 eggs.
Let's go. You'll get
I got
5,000
about-
in New Jersey.
I got about 6,000, 5,800,
Nice.
something like that.
Nice.
And for the record, my legendary raids are at 2,400, just over 2,400.
I'm not going to check mine because I don't want to know. It's a big
Only,
number.
only 1,300 for me. 20%
Last I
of
checked,
all
it
legendary
was
raids that I've done
5
were in
digits.
Necrozma, if those counted. No, those wouldn't have counted, would they?
They are tier 5, so they would have counted. So
Okay,
Ultra
then
Beast
yeah,
raids
20.
counted, as does Mythical raids.
Oh my
And
God.
interestingly, as did Bidoof on April Fool's when Bidoof was in tier 5. That counted towards legendary
Oh
raids.
my
That's
God.
awesome.
That's
I didn't do one.
actually such a good piece of trivia. I love that.
Awesome. All right, it's time for us to go.
Wait, let's really quickly, just so it's clear, because that was some kind of chaos right there. Our goals are, the one from Lachlan was get a shiny legendary T5 from GBL. For me, it was 100 eggs hatched, so he'll have to be at 2312. D5's was reach 1,100 legendary raids. He's currently at 1069. And then Kyle was shiny Zacian or Zamazenta. Fish, do you consent to these goals?
I do consent. I actually think
Wonderful.
Lachlan's is the most difficult and probably will.
I
not happen.
agree.
That's because they talked me off the ledge from 300 eggs to 100 eggs.
But like, that one, at least, like, if I really want to get that done,
There's a
I can just
path.
drop some cash.
Yeah, there's a clear path to victory there.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
You could
Yeah.
buy
With
the premium
raids.
battle track for every single battle
my God.
post rank 20.
Do we know if the legendary encounter is more likely in the premium battle track?
This is one of those
don't
we'll
think
never
so.
know things, but strongly rumored.
Okay. Yeah, the in the last few seasons, the legendary encounter period has been nerfed to help. So,
I saw you
oblivion?
looking for another word and just
yeah,
not
like, family show. So yeah, getting a shiny one, like if that happens, that I will be well impressed. I did get a shiny Uxie in the most recent season though, so
Oh, wow.
it's possible.
There's
It's
precedent.
there. It exists.
Hanging out by the lakes, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, folks. That's it. Thanks so much for being on, all four of y'all. Appreciate having you here for the Megapod. It's great. And we'll see y'all next time at whatever time that happens to be, whatever form of content you're listening to. We'll see you there. Bye-bye.
Guten Abend.
Bye.